Well, I got my music going and a new pattern. So today I made a pattern for Maui, and I'm going to take you guys along as I sew his outfit together. I have no idea if this pattern's going to work, but here's the shirt and we're going to sew it together anywho. The front and back pieces are cut out and so are the sleeves. Let's take them to the machine and sew them together. I start by sewing the shoulders. Then I start pinning the sleeves to the bodice. Now that everything's pinned, we start to sew it on the sewing machine. Now that the sleeves are sewn on, I'm starting to pin up the back of the shirt and along the neckline as well. And then we're going to take it to the machine and sew along the edges that we just pinned. I also forgot to mention that pinning down the sleeves is important too. So I'm doing that and then we can get sewing. I think sewing around the neckline is one of my favorite things to do with the shirt because it's just kind of fun to put it in like a straight line almost and then get all of the neckline sewed together. And then my other favorite part is sewing the sides of the shirt because that means I can stick it on the doll. Alright, now the neckline's sewn and it's time to sew up the sides of the shirt. Let's get these sides pinned and then we can get sewing. We're almost finished. Now, a little tip when doing the sewing for your shirt, please don't forget to do a back stitch right into the armpit of your doll garment because that helps it stay together a lot, especially with hard play. Now my favorite part, look at that! The shirt fits him! I'm getting so good at making patterns. Usually it takes me 3 tries. I did it on the first try. I'm so excited. Now it's time to sew the bottom of the shirt. But before we do that, of course, we have to pin it. The shirt is finished, now on to the pants. Let's see if this pattern turns out as well as the shirt did. The first step to making a pair of pants is sewing down the cross. Next, you make a casing for the elastic. And pin the bottom of the pants too. And then sew all of the pinned places. The next thing you gotta do is put the elastic inside before you start sewing, and if you would like to see how that works, I got a video for it. It will be in the description down below. Then you sew along to keep the elastic in place and the pants. Then after you're done doing that, it's time to sew the bottom of the pants, and then we can put it on the doll. Oh, wonderful. Another perfect fit. I love it. And they passed the sit test. It always brings me joy when the pattern works out. Here it is with the shirt, too. Looking good, Maui. Now let's add one more accessory to this outfit. A cool Hawaiian shirt. Making a Hawaiian coat is exactly the same as making a shirt. All you gotta do is add a collar and then keep the shirt wide open instead of making it be able to close. Pin the sleeve to the garment. Once that's done, sew the arms on. Then you can add the collar. If you would like to see how a collared shirt is made, I got a video for that as well down in the description below. It's super detailed and will teach you each step. I went ahead and sewed up the sides of the sleeves. Now we're going to sew on the back of the collar so that it will sit properly. Then after that, sew the sides of the shirt and the bottom of it as well. And here's Maui in his complete and final look. I think he looks absolutely amazing, and I'm so happy all the pattern pieces turned out on the first try. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!